This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Longspur Tracking and Outfitting. Longspur has 28 trackers covering 9 states: West Virginia, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Illinois, and Iowa. Check them out for all your tracking needs on their Facebook page or visit them at www.whitetaildeertracking.com or contact them today at 304-439-1659. Longspur Tracking and Outfitting, www.whitetaildeertracking.com or 304-439-1659. Contact them today.
Folks, welcome to another episode of On the Limb podcast with Nature's Voice Game Calls, where deer camp becomes a reality for every listener. Join us as we talk God, family, country, and everything outdoors. Kick back, relax, and have a listen. Now, here's your host and co-host, Mike and Dan.
Wow, what an evening. We're 8 minutes behind coming in, but the setup was large, so we're good to go now. We're live podcasting here from the Green Turtle in Morgantown, West Virginia, and the 23rd Annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show presented by Can-Am just ended at 7 p.m. this evening, and people are starting to trickle in here at the Green Turtle. There's a ton of people here. We've probably got 24 people in just this room, and the restaurant's pretty packed too, so we had a great time at the show today, and we've got a lot of great, good content coming for you this evening. So the attendance was really good at the show today. People were out and about for sure. It's even snowed a little bit today.
It was.
The temperature
Sleet.
dropped fast.
Yes. It got cold.
It really did. So we have Rochelle and Kelly with West Virginia Radio Corporation. They're the organizers of the West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show presented by Can-Am. So we have them on right now. So, guys, how was the show today?
It was great. I mean, it was just steady all day.
Yes.
The traffic was great.
I think the traffic was really great today.
Yeah, you just ask our feet.
What's that?
Just ask our feet.
Yeah, just ask your feet.
Ask our feet, yeah. We were all over all the time.
Yep. So a lot of interesting seminars today happened on stage. So tell us about some of those.
We had Hunt Chef do a cooking demonstration that smelled amazing. I didn't get to try it. I'm a little bummed about that, but it smelled great. We had the Zoology Zone Science Center.
Yes.
Did a reptile demonstration, and it was pretty packed for that too.
The kids really enjoy that all the time. But, you know, like we talked about before, the adults love it too.
They do.
I mean, they carry the snakes around. Thank God it didn't come to my booth because I don't like snakes.
I was at Bow-Minded, and they let it crawl all up through the
Oh,
back.
yeah, Jake, he don't like it.
No, he did not like that at all.
He was like, you need to get that snake out of here right now.
I missed it. I didn't see that.
Yep.
I have pictures.
Oh, that's great. No, I went over there and I was talking to him. It was right after that came over, and he was like, yeah, they brought that snake over here. And he's like, I don't like those things. No, that was great.
We'll have to do it again tomorrow so I get to see it.
So they're going to do that again tomorrow?
They're doing another seminar tomorrow. He's just so popular. Everybody loves Andy. Andy is a plethora of information about snakes, about reptiles, about all that in West Virginia, too. So
Nice.
We love having Andy.
So what other demonstrations are going tomorrow?
Tomorrow, so we have the Raptors coming tomorrow, and I don't mean Jurassic Park Raptors. Our sound guy started playing Jurassic Park, and I go, not those kind.
Yeah.
Not those kind. So we have the birds coming. Rochelle doesn't like the birds, but I love the birds. We have raptors. They usually bring owls, red-tailed hawks, and he does a great demonstration for us. And those birds are absolutely gorgeous. They're majestic looking,
Awesome.
I believe. We also have Bugsy is also going to be doing a demonstration on how to fish at your best. I know, right?
Yeah, he's been doing some casting things at his booth with the kids.
I mean, if you're going to learn, you better learn from Bugsy, right?
Yeah. No, he
Yeah.
does a great job with that.
He absolutely does, yeah. And he's great with the kids. So if you head on over to his booth and you have a kid, there's a casting contest over there. So they'll have a blast.
Nice.
And then we always end the show with the Outer Rim Praxium Lightsaber School. They put on a lightsaber show for us, and everybody gathers around to watch the battle of the lightsabers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the kids love that, and you said that the adults do too. So, you know, we don't get a chance to walk around much. I got to walk around a little bit, but we've got a lot of square footage in this building to cover. So, I mean, you all added some extra space this year, correct?
We did. We added about 30 extra booths, and we sold out. We actually had a last-minute cancellation the night before the event, and thankfully, sovereignly, we had an empty booth, and somebody called and they're like, "We're on the way. Didn't you get our contract?" And we're like, "No.
Wow.
Just show up. We got a space for you," and it was filled.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was great.
That's really good to know. That's one thing I was going to say. As I was walking around, I didn't see any booths that were empty, so that's a good thing.
No, it was great.
So, and the new thing you all had this year was the trout pond. How's that been going?
Oh, the trout pond was huge.
I haven't even been over to see it. I want to see it. I've seen a picture of it.
Oh, it's great. There were lines all day with kids waiting to get up
So
there.
people catching fish.
Not just kids.
All the
There were
adults.
adults over
See,
there
I want to
catching.
fish too. I'm gonna come over there and fish.
Yeah, Rochelle and I were going to go over and try to catch some, and we saw the line. We're like, we're not going to.
Wait till after hours tomorrow before they load up.
We'll be first in line tomorrow.
First in line.
First in
There
line.
you go.
And at the end of the show, all those trout need to find a home in somebody's freezer.
Oh.
So all y'all here, or all y'all listening,
Yeah.
need to bring a cooler.
Okay.
And you can take some trout home.
Oh, did y'all hear that, guys? If y'all want trout tomorrow, be sure you bring a cooler because you can take some home at the end of the show.
Yep.
If you like trout. All right, so just tell us what we can look forward to tomorrow.
Tomorrow's really just a whole lot more of today.
Okay.
We open at 9 a.m. We'll be there until 4. As Kelly went over the seminars earlier, we have the trout pond. We have the casting contest for the kids and just vendors. Shop, shop, shop. And the knowledge. That's the other thing, too. It's just not shopping. I mean,
Yes.
as you go around and you talk to the vendors, you learn so much
Yes.
about hunting, fishing, anything outdoors.
Yeah, and it's not just on the equipment. You're sharing different journeys and stories with other
Absolutely.
people, and you learn through that too. So
Yes.
it's an awesome
I
thing.
learned the backstory of a snake that Andy has.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah. How he found it.
really?
Yeah. He was living in a tank filled with knitting supplies.
Oh my god.
And he did a rescue of it. And it was at the show today. Its name is Dundee. He's a
I
cute,
did hear that name.
He's a cute little thing.
Yeah.
As long as he stays on his side
Stays
of
on
the
his
table.
side. Yeah. You're the one that don't like snakes.
I really don't.
I don't either. I'm there
but-
with you.
But you know what? He was a cute little thing. I listened to a story. I go, even the snakes have the backstory.
Yeah.
And for somebody who doesn't like snakes, she talks about them an awfully lot.
Oh yeah, she does, don't she?
But the kids
I think she's
like 'em.
secretly like.
Oh gosh. All right, guys. Well, we sure appreciate you all coming over, taking your time, and scheduling this for us. You know, you all were in charge of scheduling this for us, and we appreciate that. We came in, the room was, I didn't expect it to be this big. I didn't expect to have this big of a room, but they got the whole room here reserved for us. So.
Yeah.
That's great.
Next
Yep.
time we'll have it at the radio station.
There we go.
Thank
And we'll
you
bring
so
our
much.
booms. Is that okay?
Yeah, please
Yes,
bring the booms.
yes.
Oh,
Unless you
no,
want to
just
sit
kidding.
here like this and hold
Yeah. No, we'll have to work on getting y'all some new ones of those. All right. Thank you guys for organizing a great show. We've had an awesome time, and I'm sure all the vendors that are here has had a great time as well.
Great. That's what we like to hear.
Yep.
Thank you for
See you
having
guys in the
us.
morning. Thank you.
Hello, Hunt Chef Nation.
Turn any cooking experience into an extremely wild one with Hunt Chef's delicious dozen seasonings, jerky, snack sticks, and brine kits. All 12 seasonings are packed full of wild flavor. Perfect on pork, beef, chicken, lamb, vegetables, soups, venison, elk, or any wild game. Order today at huntchef.com or call the Hunt Chef headquarters at 724-780-3377. Order today at huntchef.com or call 724-780-3377. And remember, eat what you kill.
This segment of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by AMG Network Hosting, LLC, a national independent agent for most major telecommunication service providers. If your business is in need of internet, phones, credit card processing, let AMG Hosting help you compare options. They work with over 100 national carriers, and they can help you choose the best option for your needs. Our independence means we are loyal to our customers, not a brand or a company. Call us today at 304-608-3653 or visit us at amgnhconsulting.com. amgnhconsulting.com. Phone number again is 304-608-3653. AMG Network Hosting, LLC.
Folks, welcome to another episode of On the Limb Podcast, with Nature's Voice Game Calls, where deer camp becomes a reality for every listener. Join us as we talk God, family, country, and everything outdoors. Kick back, relax, and have a listen. Now, here's your host and co-host, Mike and Dan.
All right, guys, we're back here with another segment of our live podcast at the Green Turtle in Morgantown, West Virginia. We're just coming in after the 23rd Annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show presented by Can-Am. And we had an awesome show today. So, guys, be sure to go over and check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts for all of our past and present episodes. And also, don't forget about Podcast 10 at checkout with outdoor-pro-shop.com for 10% off of your order at checkout. All right, so we've got Ted and Amber with The Chase. So, guys, it was great meeting you all today at the show. Thanks for coming out this evening.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
How was the show? Did y'all enjoy it?
Oh, we had a great show.
Yeah, it was great. A lot of good people, a lot of cool questions.
Yes.
Yeah, it seemed like it was real busy for a while, and then it kind of died off a little bit. But we had a lot of kids come by and asking questions.
Yeah.
Which
A lot of kids that were excited to hunt.
yeah,
That's good.
A lot of air gun questions.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of heard something about that today. Tell me a little bit about the air gun.
So we have been with Umarex USA for about 10 years now.
Okay.
Great company. They've stuck with us for a long time. So, you know, we've always had to go different states to hunt air guns. So here in the state, I thought, man, it'd be so nice to be able to hunt, promote our state here, and hunt with air guns in West Virginia.
Awesome.
So about 2 years ago, I was fortunate enough to know some people to get me into Charleston, and me and my buddy Chad Simon, we were able to go in. We sat down with 13 senators and delegates at the Capitol.
Nice.
And we were able to get an air gun law passed in the state.
Okay, so you were part of that.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yep.
I didn't know
I was, I guess, I don't know, you'd say number one advocate for the air guns. And it was really cool because generally when you get an air gun law passed, it takes about 1.5 to 2 years to get the law passed to be able to hunt in that state.
Okay.
And we were fortunate enough to get it passed in 4 months.
Wow.
So we started in November, and the law was passed with the new in the new regs by March. So we were able to turkey hunt with our air guns by the next year.
Turkey hunt with air guns. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Dude,
I've never even heard of this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is new news to me.
Oh yeah, we've got. They have all kinds of different guns. All of them good quality air guns. So they make 22 calibers for small game, 25 calibers. That's a little bit bigger, but you can kill squirrels, rabbits, groundhogs, stuff like that. And then they've got the big 50 calibers.
Wow.
Which we kill deer, big game.
So you can
Pigs.
kill big game with an air gun.
Yes, sir. Yep.
That's crazy.
About 75 to 100 yards. It's 4,000 PSI tank on it. So you get pretty much 2 consistent shots, but it's fun. It's different. We've done it for a long time, and like I said, we've killed many animals out of state.
Yeah.
And actually, Amber was the first female to ever kill an animal with an air gun in the state of West Virginia.
Oh, awesome. Congratulations.
She
Thank
would have
you.
got up in the morning and went, she'd have been the first.
Man.
Well, you weren't here. So
I was actually in Texas hunting axis deer when she called. She's like, I just shot one with a hammer. Because that's what it's called, 50 caliber hammer. Because it shoots, I mean, you've seen a 50 caliber muzzleloader. It's slightly smaller diameter.
Okay.
But it shoots a chunk of lead the size of a 50 caliber muzzleloader.
Wow.
244 grains up to 280, to about 250.
So
350.
350.
350 grain, yep.
Wow. That's awesome.
But, yeah, they're fun. Air guns, like I said, they're different. A lot of the air gun thing is education.
Yeah.
Because when people think of air guns, they think like Red Riders and stuff like that. These are serious
These are
air guns.
serious weapons
Yep.
here.
Yep, absolutely. They make the small caliber 177, 22.25, 30 is what we hunt turkeys with.
Yeah.
Which I wanted to make it a goal when we went in there to get this law passed that we could hunt turkeys with them.
Yeah.
Because it's different.
Mm-hmm.
And so they
makes the chase different.
It does.
Right?
It does.
So
Well, and that's
that
the
rolls
thing.
right in there with it.
It's funny because, a lot of people associate us with air guns, which is cool, and I guess it's kind of not really become the goal, or it was not really the goal to be that way. But it's kind of like that's what we're known for now is the air guns.
Yeah, we're the air gun people.
I thought we were getting kicked out.
No,
All the lights are going to shut
the,
off.
the lights went off at like
2 more minutes.
7:30, and they were like 9 o'clock. Oh God, lights are going off.
We got 2 minutes.
We got 2 minutes, guys. Somebody's got to get the lights.
He would have set a timer.
That's good. You set a time for the lights going off.
Calculated, man. You got to have a plan. You never know what's going to happen.
That's awesome. So where were we? That messed me up.
I don't know. Air guns.
Air guns, we're the
It's
air
like,
gun
oh, squirrel, pterodactyl.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, we have gradually become the air gun people, or the air gun.
No, that's
of the
awesome.
state.
So yeah, that rolls us right into your all's business.
Yes.
And TV show,
Yes.
The Chase. So tell us a little bit about The Chase. What is The Chase?
So originally we started out for the first 8 years. We were Almost Heaven Outdoors,
Oh, okay.
and which is great name, obviously, because we live in the Almost Heaven state.
Yeah.
But we had I had a conversation with a guy today about that. Like, we did well with Almost Heaven Outdoors, but as you know, in this state, there's so many different Almost Heaven this, Almost Heaven
Yeah.
that. And, people thought we were guides. People thought we had stores.
Yep.
So we thought it would be a good idea to try to rebrand.
So you were getting the traffic, just not the ones
Yeah,
that.
it was a little confusing for
Yeah,
people.
I got you. No, that makes
But-
sense.
So we, was it 2 years ago? This would be the third
This
year?
is our third year.
So this is our third year as The Chase. And funny enough, originally, that was the name of the show. That's what we wanted to name the show, was The Chase.
Years ago.
Oh,
Years
okay.
ago, like 12 years ago.
Nice.
And the name was actually taken by another TV show that was on Discovery. So we couldn't use that name.
No kidding.
And they just kind of, I guess they, our attorney said that they checked it out, and so they abandoned the name, The Chase.
Okay.
For, I think it's after it's 5 years, it hasn't been used or anything. It
Yeah.
goes back in the pot or whatever, I don't know. But so we had the opportunity to take
Did you make that up?
No.
He's like, no.
I'm paraphrasing. That's what he said, something like that.
Yeah.
That wasn't he's an attorney, so he had a technical term for it, but it goes back in the pot.
Yeah, no, I got you.
So we had the opportunity to take over that name.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I feel like that our show has grown. I don't know if I'd say more so than it did when it was Almost Heaven Outdoors. But I feel like in the first, 6 months, we gained a lot of traction
Yeah.
with that name.
Okay. There they go.
Told you.
Yep, there it is.
I warned y'all.
James has got us. He had a timer set. We told y'all 2 minutes.
Yep.
Y'all had one job.
Yep. Now we're on 5 minute snooze.
Yeah.
So
Let's reset the timer, folks.
10 o'clock is going back off. But yeah, so we were able to take back over that name and or take over that name, I
Yeah.
guess. And we've been running with The Chase for the last 3 years, and it's worked out real well. And yeah, I mean I don't know what else to say about that.
Yeah. It works a lot better.
That's good.
That's all
no,
I'm
it
gonna
makes
say about that.
sense for sure. All right, so going into your all's new partnership and
Yes, sir.
sponsorship with the West Virginia Department of Natural Resources.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So I think what was really instrumental in that was that's when I met Brett, the
Brett
director.
McMillian?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The first time I ever met Brett.
Okay.
And we had a pretty good conversation there during interims when I was able to go and advocate, and we just kind of hit it off there, and I had like Amy Summers, Senator Summers, her.
Mm-hmm.
So she automatically loved the air guns.
Okay.
She thought it was a great idea. Everybody that and I'm sorry, I'm very blunt.
No, you're fine.
Help it.
You're
So,
good.
There was no.
We don't edit anything out of this podcast.
Well,
except for dead space. Like if we sit here and just don't talk,
Oh, that's not going to happen.
we'll
with
edit that out. But no,
So-
I mean, we got into talking to some people, and they're like, I don't know if I want to be on a podcast because they don't exactly leave in what I want to say. And I'm like, well, you ain't got to worry about that with us. We're not taking it out. So
Right.
this is all raw, ready to go.
well, so it's funny because I didn't know if there would be any pushback because I guess there was a lot of people that was in that meeting with them senators and delegates that didn't even know air gun hunting was a thing.
Yeah. I'm sure there was.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're like,
I mean, it's not really been that big of a thing nationally. I've seen Jim Shockey.
yep.
I've
Yeah,
seen
he was
Jim
with
Shockey
Crossman.
do it.
Yep.
But other than that, I've not seen it done anywhere else.
Right.
Well, the air gun world has gotten huge
Yeah.
the last few years. A lot of these companies have really stepped up their game. Like even Crossman, we're obviously with Umarex USA, and we've been with them for 10 years, and we'll probably stay with them forever.
Yeah.
But they had a lot of questions. There was only one Democrat there, I think, that asked a dumb question, and his question was, why? What is our guarantee that somebody's not going to take one of these and do a crime? I said there is no guarantee. I said because a criminal is a criminal.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if he's using an air gun or if he's using a firearm or a water gun.
Knife.
It is what
Doesn't
it
matter
is.
what it is.
I said, but I'll tell you this.
Rock.
Exactly.
Right.
We go way back with that.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not just the guns, folks.
David Goliath.
Yeah.
But no, I mean he was really the only one that kind of had a dumb question, and me being me, I'm very very blunt and straightforward, and I said, well, okay, here's the thing, with these air guns, you really only have one or two consistent shots with these things, and if I'm going to rob a bank or try to have a shootout with the cops, an air gun is going to be my last thing.
Yeah, last resort.
Yeah, because they're going to run out of air after about 4 shots, and then they're going to arrest you or shoot you anyway. So,
Yeah.
but no, I mean that's and there was a we also have one that has an air bow, so it shoots an arrow.
Really?
That's my favorite.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, and it's
Okay.
really cool. She's killed a few deer with it. I've killed a couple deer with it. And,
So what's the range on that?
about 40, 50 yards?
40.
About 40 yards.
And is it like a crossbow kind of? Does it have the same kind of poundage?
Man, well, there's no poundage. It's pressure.
Pressure,
It's all
yeah.
air pressure.
Okay.
It's a 4,500 PSI tank on it, too.
Okay.
I mean, it shoots so fast that you don't see it. I mean, it's and so I really wanted to get the air bow passed also, which I actually talked to Brett in Charleston about trying to move forward with that.
Recently? Was that at the conservation days?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
And so I think once everything happens with whatever the governor's doing or whatever, and I think the next time we go into interims, we're going to try to do that. The only pushback from that was there was one of them delegates or senators down in the all bow hunting counties, and I showed the air bow, and he immediately was like, "No, I don't want that in my county." I'm like, "Why not?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Because what if they try to poach with this?" I said, "Well, here's my take on it. If you really want an honest answer, you've got these ravens that are shooting 100 yards. I could take 3 arrows and put in the top of Copenhagen can 100 yards.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a 100-yard crossbow.
Yep.
This is a 40-yard air bow driven by air,
Yeah.
and it's got a loud crack. Crossbow doesn't.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I know the crossbow thing is really controversial, and it still kind of is. I mean, I'm not for them. I mean, I'm all for them for people that need them, like for disabilities and stuff, where it started out.
Right.
But I didn't like the whole thing where they passed it, just anybody can have one.
You know,
Not to get off subject.
no,
but,
you're fine.
Yeah.
I'll tell you my take on it.
Because if he's throwing that in there like that, I'm like,
Well, but here's the other side to that. Okay, so if what that does, if anybody can have them, and this is my opinion. Okay, so perfect example. Amber works out all the time.
yep,
She hurt her shoulder. Okay, she couldn't pull her bow back. So in situations like that, and another one that I'll mention, okay, you've got to be handicapped in other states some to use a crossbow.
or disability.
Right. So she hurt her shoulder. She didn't tear nothing
Yeah.
that they know of. She just
So
pulled,
she
pulled.
would. It really has to be doctor's orders. I think.
Correct. Right.
So therefore, she couldn't be
she
able
would-
to use.
she wouldn't have
I
been
got
able
you.
to
No, I
bow
know
hunt.
where you're coming from. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'd
And
have missed the entire season.
yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. It takes away from the kids being able to hunt.
Yeah.
Because there's so many kids now that have gotten into bow hunting, starting with crossbows first.
Yeah.
I know our little girl, she's been killing deer since she's 6 years old, and she loves crossbow hunting. She can't pull a bow back.
Yeah.
So that gives her a chance to get out there. Now,
At a younger age, yeah.
yeah. And I'll be completely honest with you, man. In some of the scenarios that we've had, I use crossbow.
Yeah.
I can pull my bow back, but
Yeah, and I'm not against anybody using
Oh,
them.
no.
I just think, I'm one of them traditional archery guys.
Oh,
Right.
I'm hardcore
You know,
compound.
and I hate to say it, but for the longest time, I was like, God, I hope they don't do that. But I'm kind of like getting used to it now.
Right.
It's kind of just like being one of those normal things. that-
oh yeah.
But
I mean, I enjoy. Now, don't get me wrong. Compound, I love it.
Yeah.
I do.
There's nothing like it.
No,
there really isn't.
No.
but I'll tell you what, I do like crossbow. I do.
even if I don't even get a chance to hunt that year, I'm still shooting my archery.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still
yeah.
shooting my bow.
Yeah.
We normally shoot all year round.
I'm out there in the yard shooting, and it just feels good.
Well, like an example that it does give you an advantage.
Yeah.
Do we have a time limit?
No, you're good. I'm going to take a break here in a little bit, and we're going
Okay.
to come back and talk to a little bit more. So.
The advantage that it gives. This scenario happened this year. We try to kill good deer in West Virginia, right?
Yeah.
And Amber had a scenario where we had this buck pretty much pegged, and I'm a firm believer in if a buck comes in and shows up, you've got 2 days, maybe 3, if he has never been there.
True.
So he showed up that morning. I told her, I said, you need to go get in the stand. I said, he's going to be there.
Yeah.
And he was there that morning. And I said, look, you need to get in that stand. I said, he's going to be there. Well, she got in the stand. You had a doe come in, right?
I had a doe come in, yeah.
Yeah. So she had a doe come in, and doe walked out. She had a crossbow. Doe walked out, and she heard something behind her. She thought it was the doe. She turned around, and it was the big buck.
Oh.
Now, had she
Let me take a break real quick.
Go ahead.
And then we'll get to that.
Part two.
That's a good point right there.
Part 2.
All right. So we're going to take a break real quick, hear a word from our sponsor. We'll be right back with Ted and Amber with The Chase. Do you want durable 100% carbon fiber arrows? Warhead Arrow Company. Warhead Arrow Company is 100% carbon fiber constructed hunting arrows with bone-shattering penetration. Durable, tough, yet reliable when it comes to the moment of truth. Their target arrows are world-class in accuracy and precision, an arrow that target archers can depend on to reach the top of their game. Warhead Arrow Company. Check them out today at warheadarrowco.com. That's Warhead Arrow Company. warheadarrowco.com. All right, guys, we're back with The Chase with Ted and Amber. We just got our food a little bit ago, and I was like, take a bite of that sandwich real quick. Fish ain't really that good when it's cold, so I had to take a bite of mine.
Go ahead. Once I start eating, man, that's it.
I know.
I don't get like this.
He's
for
like,
no
I'm
reason.
done if I'm going to start eating.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us the rest of that story.
So the deer come in, and this is a funny story because old Sean here had a big part in this. So I'm definitely giving him a shout out.
Absolutely.
So we wasn't sure. This deer that we called Lucky, I'll kind of back up. So we had this deer in the same area that I was after for 3 years. Mm-hmm. In his prime, he was 100% 160 deer.
Oh, nice.
And this deer resembled him a good deal. So it's definitely that deer's offspring. But anyway, he come in, and at first we thought this was Lucky. I called him Lucky because this deer knew every time I would go to stand, he would not show up.
I got you.
And then 5 minutes after I left, he would show up. Mm-hmm. There, a couple years ago, remember when, I think it was right during Christmas, it got to like 11 below zero.
Oh, yeah.
I hunted that deer in a pop-up ground blind with no heater.
Oh, Lord.
For 4 days.
Yeah, it was 4 days.
4 days straight, daylight to dark. Every time I'd leave, that freaking deer would come in. Every time.
Every time.
So fast forward, this deer disappeared for like 2 years, and he showed back up. So this is the deer we thought his name was Lucky. Mm-hmm. So he showed up. I said, Amber, you need to get in that stand. Doe comes in. Doe walks out. The deer comes in, and she turns around looking. It's the big buck that she's after. Now, had she had a compound bow, it had never happened. Because she had a crossbow, she was able to get the shot off. She called me because she don't call unless it's dark or she's hit something.
Or she's got something on the ground.
That's right.
She was in there, but what, like an hour? Maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours?
Yeah, maybe an hour and a half.
So she called me, and this was like broad daylight, and I'm like, oh, shit, she got him. That was literally what I said before I answered the phone.
Yeah.
So she's like, I got him. I said, what? She said, I got him. I shot him with a crossbow, but I don't know where he went, and I don't know where I hit him.
Oh, man.
It happened so fast.
So-
I had to shoot around the tree.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it happened fast because he was just walking on a path.
Yeah.
Dang.
And he was good deer.
He was dead on that trail.
Did you read the article, or did you see the article in the paper with that picture of her?
I seen the picture, but I did not
That's
get to
the deer.
Okay, I got you.
So, so we get down. We're supposed to have like 1.5 inches to 2 inches of rain that coming in that night.
Yeah.
And dude, the amount of blood that was in this deer was leaking. I got on the blood. We went down. I said, this deer's dead. No doubt. No doubt. This deer's dead, not too far from here. So we tracked him down the holler a little bit, back up the other side, and I was using my thermal that I coyote hunt with. So I figured, I'll find him laying up in the woods somewhere. It was real thick. And we went across down the holler, back up the other side, got up on the flat, and there was a deer standing up there. And I'd seen it and got up. And I thought, man, I bet you that's that buck.
You're kidding.
And we're pushing him. But, we've got...
How long ago after was this?
2
Probably
hours.
an hour.
Oh, was it only an hour?
Yeah.
Well, it was an hour. But the rain was coming.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
it was a major storm.
And I'm
gotcha.
like, man, I don't want to lose this deer. So we pushed this deer, and he was he would walk, he would stop. He laid down 5 or 6 times. 5 or 6 times he laid down from not too long after she shot him to where we finally caught up to him. And I don't know if you ever looked through a thermal.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the thermal, he looked like he was 75 yards, 100 yards. Well, ends up, we were right above him. We were only about 30 yards from him.
Oh, my goodness.
And when he stood up through the thermal, I could see the blood in the bed, and I could see his guts hanging out the bottom. And I thought, daggone, he's not dead.
Isn't it amazing how resilient these deers are?
Dude, the will of a big buck, mature buck, is crazy.
Crazy.
So the good thing is we knew where he was going. I was afraid he would go across the road because we were not too far from the main road at this point. So he goes down, gets on this road, which is our property that we own. Mm-hmm. So good, he's on our property. So what this deer did, he went across the road, and we tracked him. The blood started to kind of peter out. And so we tracked him. We went probably 150, maybe 200 yards from where he got up. And he went, this deer, and these deer too, they're so smart. They know when something's following.
Yeah.
So he went down in the creek and walked in the creek to keep the blood washed so we couldn't track him. Well, we lost blood, and I immediately told Amber, I said, we'll just go call Sean.
Yeah.
Sean, I called Sean. Sean's like,
We're going to call in the troops.
yes. Sean's like,
We can't lose this buck.
oh no.
Yeah.
So I called Sean. He said, so basically he asked me what the scenario was, what happened. I told him this, that. I took her arrow, I think, and I put the last spot of blood that we were in. So I called Sean. He said, just leave it in the morning. He said, I told him, I said, well, I didn't want to lose it. It's going to rain. He said, just leave it. He said, we'll find it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, uh-oh. So we get there in the morning. Sean comes with the dog. We get out there and do a little filming. And the cool thing about it was when they got there, he had this little dog about this big. I'm like, cute little guy. So they took the dog where the last spot of blood was. So she found one spot of blood where we last tracked him.
Yeah.
So after a hard rain.
After a hard, yeah.
Oh,
about
gosh.
an inch and a half of rain.
Yeah.
So anything that was there last night is completely gone.
How's this thing have any blood left?
I'm getting to that. So the dog gets on it, and the dog goes. And the funny thing is, when Sean looked at her,
Yeah.
Sean knew that deer was dead. I seen it, she seen it,
Yeah.
but he didn't say nothing. And I'm just like, and because at the time I wasn't sure if that look was like the deer is dead or
You ain't gonna
shit,
find
we
it.
ain't gonna find this deer. It was like I was like 50-50 because I seen the look and I didn't know what that look meant.
Yeah.
So anyway, the dog takes off. It's amazing how hard a little dog like that pulls. Poor Sean got pulled all over the woods. Luckily, he had an 18-foot rope.
Yeah.
But so they eventually we found the deer. They found the deer, and we looked for probably 5 or 6 hours, maybe 5 hours. They found one drop of blood, and they found that deer in 17 minutes.
Are you kidding?
Dude, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Wow.
I told him I'm gonna gut shot a deer just to do it again.
That's what my co-host says. He's not here tonight, Dan, but he's always like, man, I'm telling you what, he was like, I want to make a bad shot just so I can see this in action.
It's so crazy that you got all these houndsmen out there that chase bear and stuff like that
Yeah.
with dogs. I'm a big coyote hunter.
Yep.
Some of the guys that I go with, this guy named Aaron Evans and Rusty Mashore, dude, these guys are straight killers. And they're from Oklahoma. That's who I decoy dog hunt with sometimes in Oklahoma. And they do decoy dogging. Mm-hmm. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. These dogs,
Never heard of it.
Oh, dude, you got to watch it on YouTube. They'll go out and go find the coyotes, bring the coyotes straight to you.
Oh,
right
wow.
back to you. We had an incident, not an incident. It was during breeding season, and I wanted to try to kill a coyote with an air gun. And Aaron was like, man, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. He said, how close you got to get? I said, I don't know, 20, 30 yards. So he called in this pair of coyotes, a male and a female. I don't know how I got back on this subject. Anyway.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
So he said, I'm going to set you right here. He said, I'm going to put the call right here in the tree behind you.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm like 2 foot from the call. He said, be ready. So he called. Male and female come in. He shot the female. He turned on coyote fight right here above my ear. Dude, you ain't never seen anything like this. This male coyote come in mad,
Really?
growling and snarling. And I mean, dude, he was ready.
Nice.
Within 3 feet of me. Dude, I didn't know whether to piss myself or shoot. I mean, because I've killed a lot of coyotes, And obviously, you go pick up the coyotes, they're dead, they ain't scary.
Yeah.
But when you got a full-grown, live, mad coyote within 3 feet of you,
Oh, I guarantee it.
you know, it.
Because even when you're trapping them things,
Oh, yeah.
them things can be ferocious.
But the thing of it is, they're nailed down.
Yeah, true.
You know, you can't. They can't get to you.
Yeah.
This dude had nothing but air and opportunity. And I'd say if he would have put 2 and 2 together, he may have jumped on me. He may not have.
Yeah.
So, but needless to say, he didn't get shot.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I was getting at is like watching dogs work, do their thing, is the coolest thing. Watching that dog find that deer,
Yeah.
it is.
No, Sean and them, they run an awesome,
Dude.
awesome operation.
Yep.
We're getting ready to have them on next. And, you know, we've had them on several times. We do like a hunter, not a hunter, but a tracker updating session.
Right.
To where we have them on and they talk about all the tracks around the state.
Right.
Kind of gives everybody an insight on how the deer's going or something like that. So we're going to do a turkey one this year too. But,
Dogs
Man.
track turkeys?
well, I think they're talking about it.
Well, we
Really?
could have used them before.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure he's mentioned it. I may be wrong. We'll find out in a little bit, but yeah, I think they're going to get into that.
I like to watch that.
I mean, if you're losing a turkey, I don't know what you're doing wrong, but
Well,
We won't talk about it.
we've
We
had
won't talk
stories.
about that.
I got this story.
Yeah.
We won't get into that.
so lastly, you guys primarily are hunting in West Virginia. Did you all start out hunting abroad, and then bring it back to West Virginia, or how's that go?
So, yeah, I mean, we both grew up here. And we hunt several different states. Probably, 9 states, 8, 9 states.
Depends
now.
on the year, yeah.
So when we first started, I'm not going to mention no names because we don't really talk to the guy now. He's kind of a douchebag, but it is what it is. He fed us a lot.
He probably knows who he is.
Oh, he trust me. Him and everybody else in that town know who he is. Anyway, he fed us this big line that he was going to buy a ranch and he wanted us to be the ranch managers, and this is how we were going to be able to get our show off the ground pretty easy in Texas.
Yeah.
So. I think at the time Amber's parents could have probably killed me because
Absolutely, they
we
could've.
were newlyweds and
Just
I
had
was,
a baby.
Oh,
I was taking their new granddaughter and their kid away, their daughter away to Texas. But anyway, so we started out. Obviously we started out filming that first couple years in West Virginia, and this guy talked us into this scheme, so we moved to Texas. Now I say that lightly because I'll tell you. All of our success is because of God.
Amen.
Because there's a lot of times that, throughout this 12 years that we've done this, that we've had several times where things have got tough.
Yeah.
And we talked about quitting. And I've told people this a lot. Every time that we would think about quitting, God goes, give us a reason not to quit.
Yeah, I've been there.
And so it wasn't a complete tragedy. We met some good people. But we
Learned some lessons.
We did. Yep.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason.
Right.
Yes, it does.
That's the way I look at it. Good
So-
or bad.
Right.
We stayed there for what, 6? Is it like 6 months?
The first time was 6 months.
Yeah, it was like 6 months.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, like a lot of married couples, I'm not afraid to tell this now because we're way past this, and their parents would have probably killed me. But dude, we were broke. We were broke. We were making decisions whether to feed ourselves, get fuel, feed the kid. It was a very rough go. Unfortunately, Amber had gotten pregnant and lost a baby. And it was a lot of pressure on both
Sorry
of
to
us.
hear that.
Thank you.
We've been there too, me and my wife.
It's one of them things that, she's my best friend. I couldn't do this without her. Wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
That's the only time that I've ever not been able to say something to make it okay. And I thought, it was a lot of pressure on me. And I come home from work one day. I knew she was stressed. I was stressed. And
You said let's go to the woods.
well, we. Funny thing about that is we lived in South Texas,
Okay.
and this guy that's caught us into this scheme, this ranch that we stayed on the last 3 months, there was axis deer black buck.
Everywhere.
Dude, all over this ranch. I told that dude, and I'm the type of guy, you tell me I can't do something, you better hide and watch. That's just how I am. I said, man, I'm going to hunt on that place one of these days. He said, you'll never hunt that place. Never, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
You'll never hunt that place. That's okay. This is how God works. So, Amber went home to visit. Dude kicked me out right after she got on the plane.
Oh, we have some stories.
Oh my goodness.
We had nowhere to go. So I had to figure out what to do in the week that she was gone. So when my wife and baby got back, we had a place to stay.
Yeah.
Well, just so happens there was a lady that had an apartment open that owned this ranch.
Wow.
So we moved in there, and she gave us permission to hunt that ranch that he told me I'd never hunt.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. So we killed a couple good axis deer there. That kind of raised our spirits a little bit,
Yeah.
you know. But it was still stressful. Don't get me wrong. It was still stressful. So, you know, I was having problems finding a job, and you know, she was waitressing, and it was just, you know, having a new baby and being away from home, and you know, she would work, I would come home, take care of the baby, and we never got to see each other. It was, and we're best friends. Like, man, she's my ride or die.
Yeah.
And
I got one sitting right over there.
and I come home one day and I had a meltdown. And didn't I?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I cried. I said, we're done. She said, what do you mean? I said, we're going home. She said, what do you mean? I said, we're going home now.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow. And we started packing our shit. And we were home within, 3 days.
Yeah.
I said, I'm done. I want to go home.
Yeah.
And so we got home, and things progressively started getting better. And so the show started doing good, and you know, we were back around our family.
Yep.
And thank God we didn't sell our house like we had thought about doing.
Yeah.
We were all in.
Oh yeah, we're 100% in kind of people.
Yeah.
And so everything started going good with the show, and we hunted, filmed for, was it 5 years? And we thought, you know what? My job, I did so well at my job here in the Northeast that my boss wanted to send me to Texas. And I'm like,
And we
yeah,
could
baby.
film again all
Yeah.
year long.
Oh my goodness.
Because he wanted me to build our NDT department in Texas.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know, man. I said, I got to go talk to my wife, see what she says.
Done been there, done that.
Yeah, and that was the kind of scenario it was. I'm like, man, I don't know how this is going to go.
Well, yeah.
But she's like, yeah, let's do it. Because we were financially stable. We knew people now. Mm-hmm. We had more opportunity to hunt and film. So we did it. We went for a year. And it was great. You know, I had to be away from home, and I worked. We've always homeschooled our little girl. I say we. She. I don't homeschool.
I hear you.
She wouldn't want me to homeschool. But so we did it there for a year, and we just decided, you know what? Let's go home.
We're good. We're going home now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was good because I feel like we went home the first time from Texas because we had to.
Yeah.
The second time we went home on our own accord because we wanted to.
Yeah.
And we were okay with
Makes
that.
a big difference.
And we got home. This was 5 years ago. We've been with the DNR in the state of West Virginia. This will be the third year.
Oh, nice.
And it's been great, man. Working with the DNR, you know, they're big things that I'm hoping and praying that are going to happen. We got big plans anyway. Mm-hmm. So we hope to keep the state for.
No, I think we're on our way up. I think it just keeps going up and up.
Yeah.
You know, ever since Governor Justice was in office, and he, you know, kind of boosted the tourism industry in West Virginia. You know, because coal's dying.
Yeah.
Coal is no longer the thing that drives West Virginia.
Well, I think that would you read the other day that it went from $5 million to $9 million.
Oh, yeah.
Tourism and hunting and everything in the last year.
Yeah, it's
So-
it's booming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we have the national park now, you know, with the New River Gorge. And just there's so many things that I could talk about that happened there.
Gulf of America.
During his tenure. Yeah, there you go. Gulf of America.
Sorry.
No,
Squirrel.
you're good.
Pterodactyl.
No, but, man, I mean, it's awesome. So, yeah. But I really appreciate you guys coming on.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we appreciate it.
You guys got anything else you want to talk about? Any sponsors you all want to give a
No.
shout out to?
Well, I mean, you know,
Tell people how they can find out about you guys. Where are all you guys at?
it's her lane.
Yeah, so we air on Pursuit Channel.
Okay.
We also air on Wild TV Canada, WDTV Channel 5
Okay.
for West Virginia. And then we're on all the, like, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, stuff
Nice.
like that.
So you guys are in Canada.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yep.
We're actually going there to hunt here soon.
Yeah,
so.
in May, first trip to Canada.
Good deal. Well,
I don't know if we're going to be able to get back out, but we're going.
Yeah, well, we hope you get back home.
I hope so.
And we hope you get something on the ground.
That's right.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on this evening, and I hope you all had a good show today.
Absolutely.
Hope for a good show tomorrow. And, again, just thank you.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
Now you
appreciate
can
it.
enjoy your food. I'm sorry I kept you from your food.
Sorry. Number
all
one
right.
thing, man.
Thanks, sir.
is-
It's good
Yeah,
meeting
we
you all.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right, guys, we're going to be right back with another segment. We have Long Spur Tracking and Outfitting, Sean and John Hockaday coming up next. We're going to take a break real quick, hear a word from our sponsor, and we'll be right back. This episode of On the Limb podcast with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Webb Plumbing Incorporated, located at 6202 McCorkle Avenue, St. Albans, West Virginia. Webb Plumbing Incorporated has had master plumbers and HVAC specialists established and serving the Knoll Valley since 1994. 30 years of commercial and residential service that you can trust. Contact Webb Plumbing today at 304-768-4324 for a free estimate or quote today. You can also visit them on the web at webbplumbing.net. Contact Webb Plumbing Incorporated today at 304-768-4324.